Welcome back. Thanks, Eldon, for having me on your show again.
Thank you.
And the reason why I thought about doing the topic of if networking effectively is because as a real estate investor, you, our business is people business, and we need to connect people. We need to know the people in the industry. So this is about helping you build up the confidence to show up at the meetup or show up at that event. But then what do you do next when you get to the door of the event? Especially for those people who are shy and not that extrovert. Not everybody's this outgoing, bubbly personality. I'm certainly not that every day. But once I get to know you, I am, right?
Right,
But
right.
it's just getting that first introduction. So between Eldon and I, we came up with four ideas that can help you get out there and network effectively. So I'll let Eldon do the first one because he had a
Okay.
great one and a great example.
Well, so draw people to you. So what I did, uh, I don't know, you can put your own take on it, but what I did was I made up a shirt that had a big gator on the front, and it was bright. It was like that fluorescent green uh, and yellow green thing, and I put a gator on the front of it with a cowboy hat, and I also wore a big cowboy hat, and then put my name on it and my phone number, and on the back of my shirt I had "Talk to me." And then when there was an opportunity to ask questions, people kind of lined up to ask questions, and so I lined up to ask questions in front of the group. And this was at a thing where there were thousands of people. And so I went up there and I said,
As a real estate event, right? That
yeah, it was
you,
a great event in Las Vegas.
but was it the day one of the event, day two of the event?
What's that?
Was it day one of the event or day two of the event?
I can't remember. They had a little bit of time before they were starting, and they, I think, didn't maybe plan it, but they just kind of asked for questions, which was,
That And the reason why I asked whether it was day one or day two is because did you
uh-huh.
go to day one thinking I'm gonna put on this to draw
Oh,
people to me, or was it by day two you said, well, nobody spoke to me on day one. Let me see if I can put on this outfit
yeah,
and
right. Well,
have
actually,
people come to me.
actually, no, I wore it on day one, but I think it was day two when I went up because what I said was, hey,
Oh yeah.
I put on this shirt, this cowboy hat. I got "Talk to me" in big letters on my back. And I said, like, only two people out of these thousands of people came up and talked to me. And then the guy was pretty slick about it, but he actually was misguided in his answer. But he said, well, you missed it by that much. He's like, you didn't tell him what you can do for him. But what he
Oh,
didn't know was that the gator was on the front. Half the people there were sub two students. And the gator on the front was gator lending, which Pace Morby was doing. And so anyone that was Pace Morby knew that was gator lending. And I had on there, I think it said, what did it say? Something about make it rain. That's what it said.
oh wow.
Make it rain. So he was actually wrong because he didn't know what gator lending was. But Pace
Okay.
Morby's students made up half of his event. He was the leader of the event. I forget his name. Um, Cody.
Cody
Yeah.
something. I can't remember
Spurger,
exactly.
maybe.
Bigger.
Yeah. But it was really cool. So I didn't correct him or anything. I mean, he just didn't know. But I think honestly, I did hit it on the head. But I think so I had only two people go up to me with that going on. But then after I said that, I had quite a lot of people come up to me at different times throughout the rest of that
Yeah.
time because of me standing up in front. So so take every opportunity, I think, to let people know what you want. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the thing about it. Make them, let as many people know what you want as possible, and then people that may help will, come to you. So yeah, I think drawing people to you is awesome. Yeah,
I love that idea.
yeah,
And what I like about before going to a network event is having an intention of why you're going to the event, what's your purpose, because because if you went with that gator lending, you had a purpose. So you
I
knew
did.
it wasn't that you woke up that morning, you had an intention.
Yes,
So this rolls into my next question when it talks about go up to people and introduce yourself. Um, while you're at the networking event, pay attention to what conversations are happening around, who are the speakers talking about which topic that interests you that will take you to the next level in your business. Because not everything is relevant when you go to an event to you at that point or stage in your career or your business. So be intentional about what you're going there for and focus on those people who will help you. Go up to them, notice and pay attention to those people.
Yes.
So, just get out there. And even if you're shy, just go up. Hi, my name is, and I'm looking for this. And how can I help you in your business?
Yeah. And don't even be nervous because so that event that we went to, people were going there because they wanted to meet people. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, everyone in the room knew that their businesses would be better if they met people, and that's why they paid the money to go there. I mean, part of it was for the knowledge and information you got, but a lot of it was to meet the other people there. So I think when you're in a room like that, you don't even have to worry because
Yeah.
they're there to meet people anyway. So just go meet as many people as you want. I mean, you don't have to
Yeah.
like, not everyone maybe will click with you or whatever, but if you're just your genuine self, some people will like you. I mean, that's how you and I met,
Yeah.
right?
I came up after you put on that, went up there. I was like, hey, I need to go talk to this guy.
Yeah.
And I told my friend, let's go talk to
Yeah.
Eldon. He had something that I wanted to know about.
Yeah. You
Right.
came right on up and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's how, I'm a shy person, but I did it because I knew, okay, I want to know this.
Yeah. And then we ended up like going to dinner and not just you and I, but like lots of people
With
and
the group, because we
together.
ended up all as a group.
Yeah. We
What
ended
we
up
could do it later.
a
The
big
event was
group.
done. I'm like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah,
And we
exactly. It
just
was
hung out.
awesome.
And the group grew as we went along the night because we met up other students who were
Yes,
hanging around
it did.
um the event. So it just grew and we got to connect with so much more people. So it
Yeah.
expanded my circle and your circle.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love that a lot. So another thing is another thing that I did at that same event, which I think worked out really well. So you get to the event early, right? Because it is about meeting people, honestly, getting to know people and find out. You learn from everyone. Like it isn't just the speakers of the event that you learn from. So, you get to that event early, and what I did was you could register the night before, and then they said, I think that you could meet in the bar or something, right? So
Yeah.
again, that was a perfect one because everybody was there just to meet, right? Just to meet new people. So it was a really crowded and there wasn't much seating or whatever. And so what I did was to draw people to me again, really, was I found a spot where there was a seat, partly because I didn't want to stand anymore. But partly, but also because I knew that if I found a seat, then I could, those people next to me. So I went over and asked somebody, hey, is it all right if I sit here? There was like one seat left. And they said, yeah. And so I sat and then got to meet those people that were there. There was like 5 or 6 people there at that time. And then what happened is those people ended up moving off and other people came and sat because there wasn't many seating. So everybody kind of wanted
Yeah.
a seat after you got tired. And so I met a ton of people that night that just came, cool people, all kinds of cool people. I met a dude that was an amazing salesperson. He was a loan officer, actually. I think he would do very well in real estate, but he was just kind of feeling it out at the time. I met another girl that was like she's just getting into investing, just starting, and she's kind of a social media person. That was really cool. She has a great Instagram. And I met, I think there was somebody who was building a wholesaling CRM system, actually.
Wow.
That was cool. Yeah, just all kinds of neat people that I met. And none of those were the speakers, right? Those were just people that wanted to be there and meet people and learn and grow. And yeah, I think it's awesome. So I say, yeah, go to an event early, pick a spot where people will come to. And then
Yeah.
just stay there like what was it? Like an abalone on a rock. Just stay
I've
there.
never heard that one before. Abalone in a rock.
It's hard to pry those abalone off the rock. So just
Oh
stay
my
there like an
God.
abalone. Just stay there.
I love that one. And the next one I had kind of follows on
Mhm.
that because it talks about if you go to an event, I'm not talking about the meetups, I'm talking about like an event that you actually go to. that you have speakers and it's in a conference room for 3 days.
Yeah.
The money is in the hallways. Do not sit
Oh, yeah,
inside.
yeah. Yeah.
Stay in the hallways because those are the areas where you see the speakers moving around. You
Yeah,
can
that's
talk
true.
to people, connect with people. I made that mistake at the event because I was seeing all these pictures after the event of people
Yeah.
connecting. Like, how did I miss this?
I
It's
did the
because I was
same.
sitting
Yeah.
inside
Yeah, I did
and
too.
missing everything and not being outside,
Yeah.
connecting, getting phone numbers,
Yeah.
and getting to know the people. So
Yeah.
the money's in the hallways. Stay in the hallways.
Yeah, that's really smart. And I it's still hard for me though because in my head I think, "Oh, I don't want to miss. I want to make sure I learn everything."
Yeah.
So it's hard to tear myself away. There was so many great things that they presented during that meeting, summit or whatever it was. So I, I'm still torn, even though I know that you're right. And yes, other people definitely had pictures with other people that I didn't meet, and I would have liked to. But I'm still torn because I'm just so, my nature is to like want to learn everything.
But that's me
But you're
too,
right.
because my nature is if I go to an event and I paid for it, I want to be inside sitting because that's what we
Yeah,
learned in school. If you go to an event, you can't be in the back in the hallways messing
yeah,
around.
yeah,
But a lot of the content that they said these guys share is stuff that you know, or probably that it will help you. Yes, it's more, they've expanded on it, they give you more value. But you
yeah,
can catch the replay. They're
yeah,
gonna share the video. So because you can't come back there and have the experience of connecting with one
yeah,
on one. Because
yeah.
certainly people got to know me because they've
Mhm.
seen me, even if they spoke to me on the phone or
Yeah,
Facebook. You know me because you've met me in person.
right.
Probably you hadn't met me in person, it would be like still hard to connect with me.
That's true. Yeah,
There's a level that will still be missing, not to a big extent,
yeah.
but there's that connection that probably wouldn't you would not have had.
That's true.
So
Yeah, because you and I had a lot of like different time with that group, and everybody got to see how people are, who they
yes,
are, how they interact with other people, and yeah.
in real
So
life, yeah.
yeah, that's true. Because some people, when you see them and they interact, you don't want to be near them. That's just the way it is. but
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when you find
But
those,
for most people that I've met that I had
mhm,
probably met on Zoom, it just
yeah,
exemplified who they were. I'm like, oh yeah, you're super cool. Like, oh, I misread you.
yeah,
You're
right.
awesome.
Yeah, that is
So
crazy. Yeah, because you can get a sense of a person when they're online or whatever, and it may not be accurate. And then you go
may
meet
not
them,
be
and you might have discounted them online maybe, and then you go meet them, and it's like whoa. Yeah,
totally
actually, there was a fella that was buying a friend's house, came to buy a friend's house, and it was an expensive house, and the guy had a car that was an older car, right? That didn't look like a lot of money, but the guy is like really wealthy, like
yeah.
really really wealthy. So yeah, you never know. You can't judge a picture. You gotta wait. You gotta talk to somebody. You gotta
Yeah.
really talk to them and get to know them before you can. And not, I mean, that's a superficial thing, whether they have money or not. But like get to talk to them so you know the kind of person they are.
Yeah. I'm so
Yeah.
much into the energy of people. I could feel the energy from someone in
Yeah.
person than just from the Zooms and that interaction.
Yeah.
So much better.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys get value from the points that we share and you go out there and you network. Just don't be shy about it. Just get out there. You can't get it wrong.
Yes.
You only see people for fleeting. They're all caught up in themselves. Who cares? Get a
Yeah.
number. Make sure and
Yeah.
walk off with a number or contact information. Do not walk off with nothing. Make
Yes.
sure you make that. If you make a silly step, make sure to say, "Hey, can I get the
Yeah.
number before I go?" Because you never know
Yes.
when you will need it.
Yeah. And if you're at a meetup, assume people want to meet people. That's why they're
Yes,
there.
I love
So don't
that.
even worry. Like you don't have to worry. Meet because they're probably just sitting there hoping somebody's going to come up,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah. They want to talk to people or they wouldn't be there.
yeah. So let's
Yeah.
recap. So
Okay.
your own was your number one,
Yeah, I had the draw people to you, which I like.
and
Um,
then I had go up to people and introduce yourself.
yeah. And then I had the get to the event early and then find like a strategic spot and just sit there like an abalone.
And
Talk to
then my
everybody.
fourth one was stay in the hallways. That's where the money is. Stay in the hallways
Yeah.
at a big event.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
All right. Thank you, Eldon, for doing this with me.
Thank you.
Till next